I guess I have to start by saying that I've lived in this valley for almost 23 years now. I love Ketchum. I grew up here and I still love it here. I love the feeling I get just walking around here. I love the summers. I love the winters. The feeling here, it's refreshing. The smell of sage, the forest, the snow. That's why I love it, and it's why I believe most people do as well. It's funny, I woke up today and it had rained. It hasn't rained in weeks, and if you were up to date on the happenings in and around Ketchum, you might understand that we are in desperate need of rain. It's funny, you don't think about the impact of natural disasters or how they impact people's lives until you are actually associated with one. We seem to be pretty sheltered up here in Sun Valley. I mean, truthfully, since I've lived here, I really can't think of any major disasters. Maybe an avalanche or two, the slight jolt of an earthquake hundreds of miles away, but nothing that has really impacted or disturbed day-to-day life for me. Well, we've been battling a natural disaster, a beast of a fire, terrible drought, global warming, a small beetle, sick forests have built up over years and made our habitat, our home, a ticking time bomb that has finally exploded with an unseen rage. When I first heard, I, like most people, didn't believe that a lightning strike miles out of town would have any impact on our day-to-day life. Sure, I thought about the Brashovskis, the Bazers, and the people I knew at homes nearby, but the thought of it reaching to the town, it was just out of my mind. I may have been naive telling myself I had seen this before, it's nothing new, just a few days of smoke, some hillsides on fire, a good story to talk about a few months down the line. Well, it came stronger than I expected, stronger than I believe most people did, and it's been in our midst for far too long. It seems it's just toying with us now. It's been blowing this way and that, north, south, east, west, enveloping, eating everything that is beautiful in its path. Eating the things we cherish about this place. A few days ago, I watched as the hills around the resort torched and seriously threatened homes, lives, our town, but for some odd reason the fire never overtook the ridge over Baldy. A nightmare if it had, I'm sure. Maybe it has by now, but the progress has seemed minimal since then. Today I woke up to rain on my back porch. Maybe it was a sign. For the first time in a couple weeks, I wasn't choking on settled smoke. I decided at best I'd take advantage of the brief window of blue, so I took off to Ketchum. I did what most people do. I drank a cup of coffee at Java. I had a salad at Rap City, and I waited. As if to see another car wreck, I waited for that 1 o'clock tower of smoke to come billowing out of Baldy like a volcano. Our little friend reminding us that he was still very much there. I even set a camera on a hilltop as if to be the one that caught the action, rolling, raging, ripping across the ridge. The wind event scheduled, I would capture. You know what? It blew. The wind came, the clouds drifted over, light shifted ominously across hillsides, and I sat there looking for the spark, anything, smoke, nothing. And as I sat up there, I looked down on my home, Ketchum, Idaho, a place I've known for a long time, a place I love, and I realized its resiliency, its ability to recover, to go on. As if nothing had happened, as if National Guardsmen did not still control your ability to come home, as if there was no danger in the hills, as if there were not firefighters somewhere out there battling a raging fire. And I realized something, that through this whole ordeal from the fire's inception to the point we are now, we are a strong community, a community that rushes to evacuate our friends, offers a room, a couch, a place to put your stuff, a community of loving, tight-knit individuals, a family, committed to one another, to our guests, to our sons, our daughters, and those living among us, intense, fighting for us. I know people are still concerned, and I know this fire and its effects are far from over. I know there's a great gratitude to those people, from the decision makers to the people digging handlines day after day after day. We are indebted to them. You know what? As I picked up my camera off the ridge and stood, a drop of rain hit me on the head, then 2, then 3. And as I drove off, my windshield was covered and the street dampened, as if a message from God saying, I have my eye on you, everything's gonna be okay. As I drove south past the firefighters' camp, past the empty guard stations, past places where the fire was, I couldn't help but think about what an amazing place I lived in, and how grateful I was that it was still here. No structures burned, no major injuries. To all those listening, know that this fire's probably not over. Tomorrow the wind could shift, the fire spark, spot and smoke, but I know this, life will go on. Our brothers and sisters on this fire will be heroes, and our town will pull through stronger and closer afterwards. The life in the landscape has changed. The charred ground and pillars left in the wake of this beast will be beautiful flowers and grass by next spring, even more beautiful. There's no doubt in my mind.